Hey everyone, and today I want to talk about the biggest problem with the new Elytra Wings. So let me start off by first saying that I was initially sort of unsure about adding the wings to Minecraft, but after playing around with them in the recent snapshots, I've sort of changed my opinion on that, and I look forward to using them in both survival and sort of creative map making. But there is a massive problem with the Elytras in their current sort of state. And this is to do with the sort of rendering of them, or the rendering of the player when you're using them. So let me sort of explain. When you're not using the Elytras, when you're sort of on the ground, the actual player head matches where you're looking perfectly, at least in terms of the pitch, which is the sort of vertical rotation. There's a bit of delay when you're sort of moving horizontal. The vertical sort of pitch is matched exactly, sort of degree for degree. But when you're using the Elytra Wings, there is actually sort of over-rotation that happens. So if I look straight up, for example, you can see that my face is looking straight up at the moment. If I glide, my head tilts backwards. And then if I do the same while looking down, you should expect my head to sort of appear, looking downwards, but it sort of looks backwards a bit as well. Okay, so now on to why this is actually a problem. So first of all, let me start by showing you this machine that I made while I was experimenting with the Elytra Wings, and it basically allows for infinite flight. It allows me to sort of fly for as long as I want. If I start flying here, I can fly, as high as I want. If I just look straight up, I can fly for as long as I want. And this sort of machine that I made can also be sort of changed, so I can change the speed at which I can fly. I can use a lot of cool stuff with this. So I was really sort of excited to use this in map making. And the first idea that I thought of was actually creating a dogfight or aeroplane sort of battles. So I actually made this sort of World War I style airplane model here. I didn't sort of tidy it up or finish it or anything, so it's kind of like a basic model at the moment. But it looks pretty cool with the spinning propeller on the front and everything. And I was really excited to use this as a block model in the head slot of the player when they're actually flying. But the over-rotation actually makes this look terrible. So let me start by showing you what it looks like if I go into F5. So if I fly, like straightish, I should probably turn the particles off for this, but you can see that the airplane sort of works. It looks kind of cool. The problem is when I look up or down. If I look straight up, it turns backwards, and if I look straight down, it turns backwards. So obviously this ruins a lot of sort of map making possibilities, and also if you turn to the left or turn to the right, the body actually sort of rotates over, but the head doesn't rotate over until the last second. So you can kind of do barrel rolls, but they don't look very good. And it's just a sort of disappointment, really, because I really wanted to be able to use this for some really cool maps. After this sort of dogfight one, I had an idea for a Star Wars kind of one. And I just really wanted to be able to use this. And I'm not the only one who's actually sort of experienced this problem, I suppose. I talked to Mr. McIntyre the other day, and we sort of had a long chat about it, saying that we really needed it to be fixed if we're going to be able to use this new feature to its full sort of possibility. And it's just annoying, really, because it means that we can't do things like that without having to use a huge number of command blocks and make everything overcomplicated, when it should just be as simple as putting a block on the head slot of a player. But it's not. Another thing which is obviously a problem is the replace item command. Oops. which I'm sure a lot of you know about. But if you do slot.armor.chest and then do Elytra, it just doesn't work. So obviously you can't use that either, but that's probably going to be fixed. But I'm not so sure about the head rotation thing. But anyway, I'll leave the sort of bug link in the description if you want to go vote on it or watch it, whatever. Maybe you have some ideas about it. But yeah, that's it from me. So I will see you all next time with my airplane hat on. Bye for now.